Hello to everyone. Thank you for joining me. My name's Demortom, and welcome to Common Sense and Chaos. Thank you guys for joining me. I was going to make this video about action. We were going to go out, me and, Celine Dijon here, and we were going to go and grind. Try to get some artifacts, go out into the exiled lands, do those things that we all love doing in Conan Exiles. And in the process, a big epiphany came to me. And that epiphany was that KiahOnFire, who is without a doubt one of the foremost Conan Exiles content creators out there, been a huge part of this community, a huge part of the forums, fantastic, has the ear of the king, so to speak. She has been invited to speak with Funcom on behalf of the community and all of us, console players, PC players, and to ask Funcom some real questions. I wanted to take a moment to address Funcom and her, my community, and that would also be the community that exists from the players and the gamers to the Funcom forums, to Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. Yes, in fact, I am a Xbox player. My daughter and I, in fact, are Xbox players. I am also a PC player, as you can no doubt tell by the EEWA and my current streams. But I wanted to speak on the behalf of those that have often fallen to deaf ears. So to Funcom, part of this is for you, and the first part. I thank you very much, like the rest of the community, for a wonderful game. It has brought us a lot of joy, a lot of heartache, a lot of migraines from doing the numbers crunch. I'm sure that Firespark, myself, Whack, Kiah, and a number of content creators can all speak to that, as well as players who have ever attempted to get anything such as the Sword of Crom or the Breath of the Red Mother, that we really believe in this game. We thank you that you have grown our depths in this, in not only vanilla content, but also with the modders that have come along to help endow us with that experience so deep. But Funcom, there is a problem. And that is oftentimes console players and PC players alike feel left behind in the questions that we have. And not in a little way. We feel glazed over, removed, non-inclusive, excluded from the community. Like that guy on the outside of the car when you play that joke where you're driving the vehicle and every time they reach for the handle, you just kind of jerk the car forward. That's been the community's feeling for quite some time, especially console players. And part of that we understand. You're a business. You have to operate like a business. And therefore, it's very hard for a player to conceive of the business. They're in it for the entertainment. But for those of us who do content creation, we respectfully understand your reasons for not answering certain questions. But in the same breath, we also refuse to accept the ones you should. This one's for KiahOnFire. Kiah, I'm going to give you a quick rundown. My daughter came to me in tears last week. Her and I built an entire base that took us 6 months to build, following videos of yours to find the pets she wanted, putting together items, dyeing them out, teaching her the exiled lands, running around, striving to get objects that she wanted for her particular area, and me, as the loving father, doing everything I could to keep the content appropriate, but to have fun and connect. This was deep for me. My daughter is an artist and usually very recluse when it comes to people, environments, and communities. And you, her favorite YouTuber when it comes to Conan Exiles. When I told her that you had the option, the ability to talk to Funcom, she was crying. She said, "Dad, I checked the server and everything's gone. Our pets are floating. All that hard work, all that effort, all of everything that I put into that to make it such a beautiful place, the constant change and grind, all the willingness to be there all that time, it's gone, Dad." Many of us as parents have often talked to our kids about death, which is essentially what she was feeling. The death of memories of work, of effort. I don't think there's a single community person out there who has not experienced a fix or patch that has cost us time and effort and has made us question the money we put out to Funcom to provide such a content. So I want to share with you some worries, Kiah, that I looked up, that I asked, that I posed around through various Discords, as well as some private emails to people who I know in the community, as well as on Xbox, and friends who play PlayStation. And I asked them, what is some of the biggest questions you could ask right now? On the whims of what is coming in the wings of this new map, give me some questions. So I'm going to give them to you, Kiah, and I truly hope that you will ask some of these questions. Maybe not all of them. Maybe some of them will even be answered and we won't have to worry about it, but I gotta ask. Is the new map designed in such a way as to notably stop all the current issues that we have in Conan Exiles that cannot or have not been dealt with currently? In other words, are we going to see the same flaws in this new map? Or have they designed it based on knowing what was wrong in Conan Exiles currently and what they did to fix it outside of it? Is it designed to better our experience and lessen the constant working/failed patches? If that's so, then is the plan to slowly phase out Conan Exiles for this new one? Will this new map be monitored by Funcom personally or even hired outside personnel to ensure and detain unenjoyable experiences for players as a community? If this is not a slow phase out of the current Conan Exiles, then will DLCs be exclusive only to one map or both, including rideable pets, building pieces? Now some of the hard ones. Will console players continue to be plagued by untested patches specified for their systems and the companies they come from? I.e., will Xbox and PlayStation players continue to be plagued by death-creeping patches that seem to wipe their worlds? Will console players ever be able to cross-platform? And even if not with PC, because there is a reality in business with that, what about with one another? We see it with several other games out there. Should not Xbox and PlayStation simply be played out on their own independent server? Will console players see exclusives for them first, such as DLCs, instead of waiting in the wings constantly behind PC players? And again, this goes back to the business idea. Yes, we know PC players, specifically because of Microsoft, test before it goes to a lesser version of a PC, which is a console. Platformers, you got to be willing to understand that. But it would be nice if they could see something first. What will Funcom do for those players? PC, Xbox, PlayStation, specifically the consoles in this case, whose most recent patch killed everything for them. Will you have special events for console players exclusive to them in the future? Why not, Funcom? They should be treated the same. They are, without a doubt, one of your player bases. They are your community. And the last question. And if not on today's stream, Funcom, when will you be willing to sit down and truly answer some of the other questions the community wants to know that have been glazed over or ignored in the past, with some real, hard, truthful answers? As a community, I reach out from both sides. And Kiah, without a doubt, I don't believe that anyone better could serve in the stead in which you have for tomorrow. And I truly hope this video reaches your ears. I truly, truly hope that. To my community and the communities out there of players and gamers, know that we as content creators in PC do not exclude you because you're on a console. You are not a lesser person. You are not less important. You should not be treated as such. You should be treated fairly. If a DLC comes out for PC, you should have access to it. If a DLC for a PC comes out and the game comes out and is stable for PC players, you should expect no less. You spend money too. You provide to Funcom. You provide to the devs. You provide to the investors. And let's be fair, Funcom, you're an investor-owned company. You make a profit for those that give you a budget. And we realize that is a hard place to be. But you have not always been inclusive. Truly, I go back to that car analogy. Console players often feel like they're outside the vehicle. It is my deepest hope that Kiah, Funcom, and the community come together. All content creators and players and gamers. And we get some real answers. Truth is hard to swallow often. And I'll end that with my daughter's thoughts. I explained to my daughter that the easiest solution to this is remember the time we had. We can always get new pets. We can rebuild. We will overcome what it is that hurt so bad. And though that doesn't solve the pain and the loss she felt, she took comfort in knowing that I was going to do this video specifically to ask those questions. And she'll be watching. And so will a lot of others. My channel may not be big. I may be a new content creator. But this video will stay on YouTube. And at some point, Funcom, you'll have to answer, what do you do when someone's world that you provided is wrecked? I thank you very much, both Funcom and Kiah, taking the moment. Again, I truly hope both of you have a chance to listen to this. I thank you ever so much. Take care. Thank you so much for joining me today. Remember, people will tell you what to think. Friends ask you what you think. So what do you think? Leave a comment down below, and while you're there, hit that like and subscribe button. Stay safe and take care.